Hey Lennies and bunny lovers, welcome back to the channel. Lorelai here. Today I'm going to be discussing what to do with your bunny when you go away on vacation. This is frequently brought up to me. So many of you are always DMing or emailing asking for resources or how to screen and scout for the right person or place to leave your bunny in. Yeah, I know it feels hard because it seems like there's so few good places to leave your bunny or people that you can trust. So I'm gonna break it all down for you so that we can make sure that your bunny or bunnies are safe and sound while you sip on your margarita at the beach. Before we get into this, please subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz, and let's hop right into this video. Okay, so let's break down the three options that you essentially have for your rabbit when you go away on vacation. The first option that you have is bunny boarding / bunny hotel. Now, what is bunny boarding? It's basically a facility, or sometimes it is out of an individual's home, and they are going to be staying amongst other rabbits, usually divided by X pens or some kind of enclosure. And typically this is going to cost in the United States as of 2023 anywhere from $15 to $30 a night, depending on where you live. Usually they will charge by the size of the pen. So you can get a 4x4, an 8x8 if you have more than one bunny, or some places might even offer a suite, which is a whole room for your rabbit. So your next option is your bunny is gonna be staying with a bunny sitter, which means you take your rabbit to an individual's home and that's where they stay during the time that you're gone. And the last option is a bunny sitter comes to your home, stays in your home for the duration of your vacation, and your bunny doesn't have to go anywhere or change up their routine, etc. And that will probably be the most expensive of all because, again, anytime someone is coming to you to do anything in life, you're paying a little bit of a premium for that because it is a convenience. And obviously your bunny is gonna appreciate it. Now, here are some questions that you can ask before committing to any of these options. How experienced are you with rabbits? How often do rabbits come into your facility? Me personally, I would rather go to a rabbit-focused place or person rather than any pet hotel that just claims that they welcome all pets, because that's just so broad, and sometimes that doesn't mean that they have experience with rabbits. You know, maybe a rabbit will come in once in a blue moon, but for me, that's just not enough experience. I want somebody who knows the ins and outs of rabbit behavior, rabbit diet, you know, how to change out the litter box, etc. And I feel like non-rabbit people just don't get it. Okay, so that's what I would ask. Next, you want to check out the facility or the house or wherever your rabbit is going to be staying. Is it clean? Are there hazards lying around? Is your rabbit gonna be safe? Are there predators nearby? The next thing you wanna ask is there a controlled temperature? Do they have AC? Do they have heat? Now, I understand in a lot of countries, that's a luxury to have central air conditioning. You still wanna make sure your rabbit's gonna be able to keep cool and keep warm, because otherwise it's a death sentence. If something happens to my rabbit while I'm gone, do you have a car or do you have a way to transport them to the nearest animal hospital? And finally, guys, are the other bunnies in this facility required to have proof of vaccination? So this could mean RHDV2, myxomatosis, I don't know, whatever is prevalent in your country. If it's an individual's home, you have to look at, okay, are there a lot of rabbits coming in and out of this home, or is it just my rabbit? Because if there's a lot of rabbits going in and out, I would want all these rabbits to be vaccinated. Okay, so how do you find the right person for the job? So first things first, what I would advise all of you to do is treat this like you would any other business you're interested in. And we're gonna Google bunny sitter, bunny boarding near me, or whatever your zip code is, neighborhood, city, and you might be pleasantly surprised that there actually happens to be a few businesses in your area that offer this service. But as I said, look this up, and this is actually how I found Lennon's bunny boarding initially, like 7+ years ago. Hey, does this place have good reviews? What have other people said about this person or this facility? Do they have a Facebook page, an Instagram, a website? I also want to mention, and I say this all the time in my videos, I want you guys to befriend your local rabbit rescues. And the reason being is because rabbit rescues have a huge network of bunny people and bunny experts and bunny sitters and bunny boarders. Some bunny rescues themselves will offer the bunny boarding. And so again, they will be able to point you in the right direction, give you referrals, call your local rabbit rescue, and I promise you, they probably know where you can leave your bunny while you're away. Now, a little something I like to do, I recommend everybody do, is have a little printout sheet of your rabbit schedule, or you can text it or email it, whatever. But I like to print out Lennon's schedule with all her meal times, how much she eats, and then emergency contact information at the bottom, including her vet, etc. I think it's really nice to give someone something physical because they're more likely to look at it and remember it if it's like on their fridge or, clipped onto your bunny's playpen. And it's just a nice little something for the person on the receiving end. And not every rabbit is the same. That's the thing. Every rabbit's gonna have a different eating regimen and all that stuff. And so I think it just paints a nice picture. And when I pack up Lennon's pellets in a little Ziploc baggie, I write like 1/4 cup pellets once a day, and I will include the measuring cup in her Ziploc baggie. So that's how specific I get. When it comes to veggies and hay, your bunny sitter or bunny boarding facility will provide that, okay? Because they understand that you're not gonna lug, 10 pounds of hay to them. That is part of the deal. That is included in payment. This is my advice to those of you who are dealing with a non-bunny person. So maybe somebody who doesn't own a bunny themselves, or they've never had a bunny, but you really trust them as a friend, as a family member. You are going to have to train them, okay? Don't just dump your bunny on their porch and say, see ya in 7 weeks. You're gonna really have to go into the nitty-gritty with this person because so much can go wrong if they don't know what to look out for. So you wanna make sure they understand bunny behavior, that they know what a sick bunny looks like. They should know that they've got to replenish the hay multiple times a day. If your bunny is shedding, they're gonna have to brush your bunny. Even if you brush them before dropping them off, if you're gonna be gone like 1 to 2 weeks, that's null and void. At some point, the bunny sitter will have to brush your bunny. There's a lot that goes into it when you hire a non-bunny person. And that's not to say it can't be done. Like I said, maybe this is a very trustworthy individual to you and you don't want to take your bunny anywhere else, but this person's going to have to learn about bunny care. You can always refer them to Lennon the bunny. Ask if you can FaceTime your bunny, if they can send you updates and photos. I know some of the places that I've taken Lennon to, they do send me pictures and stuff, which is really nice. I also know some facilities will have a little security camera in your bunny's pen so you can watch your bunny at all times. I don't know if that's like an extra service that you have to pay for, but you can always ask, hey, do you offer this? Now, my advice to you, if you are taking your bunny elsewhere, meaning someone is not coming to your home and staying with your rabbit, try to make your rabbit feel as at home as possible wherever they go. So if that means, taking their favorite toys, their favorite blankie, maybe a stuffed animal, something that smells like you, like a t-shirt. And I will say, based on experience, most rabbits acclimate very easily to new environments. So I know, if anything, you're gonna be the one with separation anxiety and they're gonna be kicking it. And then if someone's gonna be staying at your house, it goes without saying, there's not much you have to do. I mean, unless you have to train this person, but outside of that, your bunny is gonna be staying in their safe haven, in their comfort zone. They know where everything is. And then guys, you might be asking, can my rabbit just come with me wherever I go? Can I just bring them? Probably, maybe. I mean, I can't really answer that for you because it really depends on where you're going and how long you're going for. As you guys know, I travel with Lennon a lot. She's been on airplanes, you know, road trips, all the things. And she's never had any major issues. She's always been a trooper. She actually really likes being on an airplane. Doesn't faze her at all. And if you want to see a very detailed video on how to travel with your bunny on a plane, I will link that in the iCard. But you know, it really boils down to sometimes it's just not reasonable to bring them or convenient to bring them, to be honest. As much as I want Lennon to tag along with me 24/7, sometimes I really do just want a vacation. And I don't want to have to worry about like, oh, does Lennon have hay and lettuce and blah, blah, blah. It's like traveling with a baby. If you're gonna be gone like a month and you've got a pet-friendly Airbnb and you're not going too far, I mean, I don't see why your rabbit can't come with you. Domestic stuff is usually pretty easy. International is where it gets tricky. You really want to pay attention to the receiving country. Do they let rabbits in? Is there an airline that can take your rabbit, etc.? That's a whole other beast that you'd have to do your own research on. Some rabbits are more fragile than others. You know, they might not like leaving their home. So you got to take that into consideration too. Lennon, like I said, she could travel to the moon and not be phased. You know, she'd probably try to eat the moon. I think ultimately you just got to look at, do the pros outweigh the cons or vice versa, and then make a decision based off of that. I just want to briefly gloss over before I end this video why I don't love the option of just having someone come and visit your bunny a couple times a day and leave. Now, I know a few people who do this and it works well for them, and that's fine. They have a mechanism going, and if that's something that you do and it works for you, that's great. I just personally wouldn't do that for Lennon, and it's not something that I would promote on this channel just because so much can go wrong. Let's just say someone comes in the morning and then comes at night. And again, these are brief visits. What happens during the big gaps in between those visits? There's just a lot more risk. What if your bunny goes into stasis? And then by the time the visitor comes back, it's too late. They're already too far along on the stasis. Let's say your rabbit gets into some mischief, like you have a free roaming rabbit, or you have a rabbit that somehow escaped their X-pen. I especially wouldn't recommend this for a single bun. If you have two or more, okay, like I said, it's malleable because at least they've got company and they're not going to be sad and depressed. But if you leave a single bun by themselves all the time, it's too heartbreaking for me. I couldn't do it with Lennon, and I wouldn't recommend you do it either. So those are my thoughts on having somebody come visit a couple times a day. You've got to remember, rabbits are not as self-sufficient as cats. They really need somebody to supervise them. All right, guys, so that is what I think you should do with your rabbit on vacation. Take it from moi, the experts, and do with it what you will. But let me know in the comments below what you think about this, and I want to know, like, what do you do with your bunny on vacation? Who takes care of your bunny? Comment and we'll compare notes. Mwah.